Welcome everyone. I'm Zephy Davy and this is my YouTube channel, and I have Durga with me right now. She's in Austria, and the way we're going to do the energy of the week is we're just trying to figure out now where the energy in different countries is and how that works for everybody, and if it is the same maybe in Greece, in Austria, in Switzerland, in Germany, we don't know, but this is where we're going. That's why I'm introducing different women, and Durga is the first one, and I'm honored to have her with me because I'm going to be talking to different women all over the world, and Durga is going to be pretty often comes on with us and talk to us about the energy of the week. So Durga, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to have you with me. We know each other at least 3-4 years now, or maybe longer, maybe 5 years from the States.
I think it's three, 4 years. I'm from Sedona. Yes.
Yeah, and she was supposed to speak in the Women Arising, but it never happened, you know, because of everything that was going on. But now I'm excited to have her with me. So I just want to ask you, what do you think about this energy that we're going in right now, the new energy that we're going in right now this week? What do you think? What do you feel, actually? What do you think?
First, I'm very happy to be with you, and your audience. And what do I think about the week? You know, I'm gonna tell you personally, but I think it's also global. I am a detector of energies. And I will describe it like this. We are living in a time that is very special. We all know it. And people will see it from different perspectives. But what is happening now is that we all know that it will not continue the way it continued. We are at the dead end, you know, of everything. I would say, and it's a vast topic to talk about, but we are at the end of the world. We grew up. I don't say we are knowing, because some of us, like you and me and other ones, know a different world, but the way the world we used to live in is at the dead end. So what is generally happening, let's call it the Lady C is a kiss for humanity. I don't like to speak that word because I took it out of my mouth, because I don't like to repeat that mantra. So, but I think it's a kiss for those who are waking up. And what happened last week, what I noticed with me and other persons is that the ones who gonna create the new world are starting to have inklings. It's like fragments come from different directions, and we start to collect them in a way, and sometimes we don't even know what they mean, because a new world cannot create by an old matrix. So what happens, I will describe what happened to me. It's like I have been thinking about something for 2 years now. And suddenly last week I sat down and I wrote down how it can be. And this is going to change also, because if we want to create a new future, and I'm talking about, we are about to create a new future, and those who are called to create a new future are in a way like sitting up and having those inklings at the moment, these fragments, these things, that images come together, and suddenly they come together and say, oh my God, it makes sense. And this was happening for me last week. I don't know if it happened to you. Maybe you will tell your experience or from friends, but it so happened to me that I said, oh my God, this is what it's meant to be like, you know? And of course, this is a start. And from there, we have to be like very creative and think every moment, is it the way it meant to be, and recheck. And, you know, we come to the questioning, but this is what happened, you know? It's like, the new images are coming in, maybe as a sense or a memory or something new we cannot describe, or people suddenly show up, and we know we are meant to meet at this point because we are meant to do something together. For example, a friend of mine, I have not heard from her for 1 year, and she called me and she said, "Are you still talking to me?" I said, "I'm happy to see you." And it's like, you know, it's like the people are, oh, I have to call that person, and that's what I would describe. And it's also coming for the oncoming week, because this is gonna intensify for all of us. So this is why I'm gonna end my long speech here, and maybe you had the same experience, Nafi. I don't know. I can drink a
No,
little.
yes, I agree with everything you say. It's very interesting that we've been going to this change for a while now, since the kiss came. I'm not going to use it, but I love the word kiss, because it's like the new world needs to come somehow. We all needed to get slapped around somehow and wake up, you know? And the kiss is actually a really nice word, because without that, there was no way we could have woken up from the old to go into the new. And now I think a lot of us are getting ready, really ready, to move into the new and to create exactly what we've been wanting for many, many years, maybe 2 years, maybe some people wanting something for the past 10 years. But I think the new world is creation. And I agree with you. But we have to go through a little bit of difficulty still, in a sense of like releasing all the old. You know, don't you agree with that, Durga? Continue releasing.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, of course. I mean, it's like healing, you know, healing comes, it's like, for me, it was the same. I had this new vision and suddenly my body completely broke down, you know, it was, I'm getting sick. And this is at the same time, you know, but it's going very quickly. We can go through that within hours, within a day. We don't have to stay in bed. It was like when this was clear for me, suddenly I had the feeling, oh my God, I'm gonna get very sick now. But it's just lasted one day, and I would describe it as our DNA is changing. And the old patterns in our DNA, you know, is like touched by something new, and then we have transformed. And you described it so beautifully in your words. It's like, you know, both of our views make one fragment, add to the fragment. But I think it's like something new comes in and the old needs to be transformed. And something new comes in and the old needs to be transformed. And it's very intense, because it touches maybe the oldest, the deepest patterns and wounds and heartbreaks and whatever we are carrying in us. But the good news is, don't stick there. If you're willing to face it, you know, and face it in a way, emotionally, mentally, and body-wise, it runs like high speed, you know, and we don't have to stick there, you know, for years, or 1 week or 2 weeks or whatever. It's like a roller coaster, you know. It's like a washing machine. It's like a washing machine. It's like we are now in a spin program, and it's not easy. It's not easy, and we agree about that. It goes on the toughest, deepest points of all of us, but that's what's meant to be. We cannot cure them in the future, and there's a lot of willingness and devotion needed. Yeah,
I agree. And also trust. We need to trust ourselves that we really going into the right place, that we're feeling the right things, that trust our intuition, trust our mind, trust spirit, you know, go a little bit beyond that. Because when the energy comes in, I think we need to release the old so it can find place for the new energy to land. Because if we keep holding all the old, where the new is going to go, correct? There's no place to go. So it's either going to push it out, and then we're going to get sick maybe 24 hours, or if we want to hold on, we can get sick longer. But that's not the case anymore. I think the healing can start happening very quickly, and that's where should we go as humanity? Make instant choices, because we start trusting not just what's going on outside of us, but inside ourselves. I think, to me, that's also a big thing, to start start trusting, you know, me and you, or me, specific me, 100%, you know?
That's the core of all we need at the moment. What we're talking about, trust, you know. But the trust, as you say, starts to trust ourselves, you know, and in a way forgive ourselves where we have not trusted ourselves. It's a purification, you know. It's a total purification and detox. And this word is in my world everyday trust at the moment. It's like a big mantra, you know. I'm telling myself that every single moment, you know. But it starts with ourselves. It starts totally to trust ourselves, because how can we trust others when we don't trust our intuition, our silent voice that is inside? But the beautiful thing is when you know, we have many moments already. I would describe it when we you and me, we know that. I mean, we have gone through hell and heaven for how long now?
Many lifetimes.
Many lifetimes, and this lifetime also mean at least for
Yes.
conscious 30 years. I mean, this was not there are two things I would like to mention. First is that yes, we are prepared, and now it's like the beautiful moments start to occur when two souls come together who have done their homework. And trust meets trust, you know, and that's a completely new conversation. And I had it with you, you know, remember some days ago, I have it with few other people, and it's a fragile, a very fragile process, but it's happening. And the second thing is, I would like to mention, for those people maybe who listen and they don't know how to go through this process. I mean, we are talking on a let's see, on a level of experienced, we walk through the shit people, the two of us, you know. But if people are listening here, for example, who are not experienced, I want to mention there are great healers out there. Ask for help. You're not alone, you know, and that's trust also. You're not alone because people have prepared for years for these times, and they have also prepared to walk people through who are just waking up. And have not been, the breaking process have not started 30 or 40 years ago, you know, and that's very important to understand too. That's part of the trust too.
Yeah, and I think we started all this long ago just because we needed to be here at this time, you know. And I feel and find myself very lucky and that I'm here this time now, because can you imagine if we were just done our spiritual work and everything would have been easy? No, we're here to really understand from experience that spiritual path is not easy, but also we're here to help because we have the experience, you know, to wake ourselves up, and then we can help others. And I think that's our key. The thing is to help others. That's the most important thing. First, though, we have to help ourselves. So I think what me and you've been through is help ourselves first. Even if both of us been healers for many years, you know, we go now 30 some years now, me and you have been working on the path and walking on it and doing all this work. But if you had to say the energy of the week, or within one word, do you feel that it's going to continue the next week and the next week? Or you think it's just how we can describe in few words, the way, whatever you want to say for the energy? Like, what do you think we should look at for what our audience should really start looking, like signs in their body or feelings, or what do you think?
I think the upcoming week, the main energy I would describe is about solitude. The ones who get the visions will, and the fragments will only come in when we withdraw. I call it like the pioneers. They have to withdraw. and bear the solitude. And it's not a solitude, but it's necessary to that the things come in and withdraw, because we will come together, the time will come. But it's a lot about the solitude of the pioneers, that we start to contain our own containers and listen very carefully. And yes, of course, I mean, we all know that the signs come from all directions, you know, and they come through a person, they come through a book, they come through a movie. There are two things: solitude and openness.
You know, I agree with you, because I just had an experience. I was in Delphi for an ancient Greek workshop with ancient Greek music, and really tones from a lyra, that like a harp of Apollo, of the god Apollo. And everybody left, and Monday we had a big storm, and everybody decided to leave, and I was the only one who stayed. Everybody got stuck outside of Athens, an hour of Athens, with the snow, and got stuck there for 3 days, instead of staying in the beautiful energy of, you know, of Delphi. And I stayed there for 3 days, and it was amazing. I was with myself, and I loved it, because I realized I don't want to follow the crowd. I want to follow me. And you're saying solitude is very powerful, because a lot of people out there, even newer people that not on the path, or they're going into the path, they like to follow, you know, to see what the other people do, or be like everybody else. I think being by ourselves and love ourselves and trust ourselves is the most important thing. And solitude is the only way you can do it. And I agree with you. I think this week people should just maybe get a notepad and write things down and see how they feel. Maybe just don't go out as much, just kind of listen to some music, meditate, and just breathe through this, you know, with the inner self, like go in, you know. So thank you for that. That was beautiful. I really appreciate it. And I think that's going to be the title, Solitude. For our...
No, the title is Don't Follow the Crowd. You named it.
Don't follow the crowd. Oh, okay.
You named the devil, you know, don't follow the crowd. And that's whatever the title is, you know, you named it. You named it.
Thank you. Well, I just brought it out there. I never normally don't talk about the title, but what are we going to put on the energy of the week? Because it's always strange for me what to put there, but you know, it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, solitude and don't follow the crowd. I will agree with both words, because people are really afraid of solitude, really scared of it. So there's no need. I just want to tell everybody out there, no need to afraid. It's beautiful who you are, and just love yourself for who you are, you know?
And we are never alone. I mean, and this is what we have to realize. We are eternally connected, but it's to unwire from the wrong wires, and they have brought us here. So yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I want to thank our audience for watching us, and namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Durga.